welcome to Getting to Good Enough, a podcast to help you let go of perfectionism so you can do more of what you love. I'm Shannon Wilkinson, a life coach in Portland, Oregon. I'm a recovering perfectionist who's getting better at good enough.
And I'm Janine Adams, a certified professional organizer in St. Louis, Missouri, and I'm lucky enough to be naturally good at good enough.
And today we're talking about the benefits of slowing down.
At each other in person.
Right, we're sitting right next to each other, and that is always so much fun.
It is. It's only happened a handful of times, and I can think this is number 4.
Yeah.
And it's just a special treat.
Yes, and I have to give you props. Like, you just drove 4.5 hours.
I did, and I got up at 5 in the morning.
Right, and had a really busy morning before you started driving, and you're still game.
Well, it's because you called me when I almost got to your house and offered me a latte, so that helped. No, I didn't want to, you gave me an out, but I didn't want to miss this opportunity.
Yeah. It's so great. And, it's a nice way to kind of slow down and enjoy our time together in a thoughtful way.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But we were talking about slowing down because I think I know we've both had experiences where we were not slowing down and things did not happen the way we wanted them to.
Right. And we both have had experiences where being chill and slowing down, and maybe mindfully slowing down, has benefited us.
Yeah.
So we're advocates. I think the older I get, the slower I get.
Right.
But also the more I appreciate the benefits of slowing down.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, and sometimes I just feel like I need to give myself like that reset of like, just take a breath. Everything is fine. What really needs to happen next?
Oh, right. You're right. It's really easy to get wound up where you can't see what needs to happen next unless you stop.
Right.
And take that. And I don't think that's, when you're in that mode, that's not that easy to do.
No. And it feels really counterintuitive because like when you get caught up in that, like, oh, there's so much to do. I have to do all this stuff. There's all these things to do. That like if you slow down, there's a way in which it sort of amps up that anxiety of all the stuff you need to do. It just spins you faster and faster on the hamster wheel.
Right. So having the wherewithal.
Right.
That was a big word for this tired brain. To do that, I think is really great. Or sometimes you get like a shock to the system that makes you slow down. It makes me think of the time some years back when I was giving a talk about organizing to an employee group at the federal courthouse downtown St. Louis, and I was running late. And it's not cool to be late when you're a presenter, especially when you're presenting about organizing and time management. And I was so wound up because I left the house too late. It was a short drive, but I was in downtown St. Louis, and I turned left onto what I thought was a one-way street. It was a two-way street, and I turned into the left-hand lane, and I saw the cars coming toward me. I'm like, what are they doing?
Oh no!
And my destination was very close by. I was trying to get to a parking garage, so I was able to get to it, but it was bad, and my heart was that was terrible. And I thought, okay, come on, this is not a tenable situation.
Let's just take a beat here.
Right. And then I had to go give a talk, right? But after that, I really had a talk with myself about how I really, really needed to slow down. Nothing, I could have killed someone.
Yeah.
Or myself.
Right.
And so slowing down doesn't have to be that drastic if we can just take that step back.
Right, right.
I had that experience this week where I was in Walla Walla, which is a fairly slow-paced place. But I had a really full schedule of family-related activities, and I was getting kind of stressed out about it. I mean, they weren't they weren't the most pleasant family-related activities.
Right. It wasn't like family activities like going and visiting family just to hang out and visit. Right. It was like you were having to help.
Right. And
like, do things.
Right. It wasn't like anyone's in the hospital or anything, but it was stressing me out a little. And so I took the time to write a little journal writing, which I don't do usually. Mm-hmm. But like, why are you stressing out about this? Mm-hmm. I said, what's important to you here about? Because I was worried about outcomes and certain things.
Right.
Possibilities. And by the way, all the best case scenario things happened.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. I don't think I manifested it. I think it was really that I needn't have spent all that energy worrying.
Right.
But I woke up worried that morning. So that was nice that I was able to take the time to sort of get it out of my system.
That's good. But when you were talking about the traffic thing, it reminded me of like sort of a real visceral experience I had of slowing, like wanting to slow down. And that's when I started using Google Maps all the time. Like I would just have it on in my car. And when they started adding traffic in, and it'd be like, this red line would show up and it'd be like all this traffic. I'd be like, oh my gosh, this is horrible. What am I going to do? And get like sort of amped up about it. And then it would say that it delays your trip by 2 minutes. And it was just like, oh, like everything's fine. Right. There's nothing to worry about. I can either choose to go another way or I can just go through the traffic. And yeah, sometimes like you're at the beginning of it and it gets progressively worse. But most of the time it's literally like 2 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you build a little buffer in, we have an episode about buffers.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you build in a little time so that an extra 2 or 5 minutes isn't a problem.
Right.
That's another way you can slow down, right?
Right.
By leaving the house a little bit earlier or whatever.
Just to create that spaciousness. And that's something that we purposefully did on the trip to New York that I've been talking about.
I'm so jealous of that trip. I can't even stand it. Keep talking about it, Shannon. No, I'm just kidding.
But we purposefully built in space so that we could slow down, enjoy the things that we did, and not feel like, I've gone on those trips where you're like, I'm only going to be here for a certain amount of time and I need to do and see everything I can. And then you don't remember anything and you're tired and I get grumpy.
Hungry usually if you're doing that. And timing is so important. So you guys, had your plays to see, and then you built an agenda around that was pretty, as you say, spacious, right?
Right.
A couple of other things and then a play.
Yeah.
Sort of, and you probably went out to dinner.
Yep. Yeah. But it was like, we organized it in such a way that we could see the things we wanted to see, still have time to like come back to the hotel, relax, have a nap, and then enjoy the play, because I don't want to be falling asleep because I spent 8 hours at a museum and I don't even remember half of what I saw.
Right. And you don't want to get to day 5 of your plays or your 5th play and think it's a drag.
Right.
Right, because you're tired.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's hard to do. I think we talked about this in the travel one, but I like to build in a day, like in a longer trip, where you don't do any, like there's nothing scheduled, and you can, take a half a day or a full day off sort of from having an agenda.
Or having a container for things that you didn't get to do.
Right.
Like that, I can see how that would feel really good. But on your trip to New York, you weren't able to do that, where you weren't there that long.
We were there 8 nights.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you were. Which,
is that right? No, 7 nights.
Yeah. That's how long I was in Walla Walla.
Right.
I wonder who had more fun.
The theater in New York is a little better than the theater in Walla Walla.
Yeah. So is the fine dining.
Yeah. But it just feels nice to slow down and recognize you can't do everything. So we come back to what's important, what feels most important. And on that trip, it was about the theater, going to see the plays. And so we built the rest of the trip around that.
So smart. And you showed me the Trello board that you created for it, and it's genius. It's just, and Mike, your husband, loved it too.
Yeah.
So it's just so great.
He was showing it to people like random strangers.
I can see him doing that because he was so proud of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And, and this also applies to, like, not getting overcommitted or just selecting those things in your life that are important to you so that you're not cramming your schedule full of things that are less important to you.
Right.
I know that's not always in our control with family things and so forth, but when it comes to things like hobbies or entertainment, slowing down is that's a nice thing. I'm looking forward to a day off, like when I get home.
Yeah.
Saturday,
Right.
But I like to call Saturday.
It's this thing called the weekend.
Right. Some people take time off on the weekend.
But isn't there a line from Downton Abbey where the Dowager Countess says, "What is this thing, the weekend?"
I think she said the weekend.
Yes.
It's so funny. I'd forgotten about that. Yeah. When you don't work, there's no need to have a weekend.
Right. But yeah, and I think too that there are certainly times when there's a lot that you have to do, and it can be, slowing down can be a state of mind. Like, you still have to do a lot of things, but to sort of be in that space of like, how can I create spaciousness here? How can I slow down? And it's like, time can be sort of elastic.
Yeah, that's such a good point. It makes me think about expectations for ourselves and that task list that's as long as your arm, and even though you get half of it done, you feel like you've failed.
Right.
If you select just a few things to do and give yourself time to do it,
right,
then even you're still getting stuff done. You're still working. It's not like you get to put your feet up, but you get to enjoy the benefits of not being frenetic.
Yeah.
That's it. I appreciate this conversation because I feel like I've got like so much work to catch up on when I get home to St. Louis, and I think I'll reflect on that as I try to figure out what I can get done.
Right. Well, I was talking with a client this morning who is in a very hectic period of her life, and she wanted to just get one thing done yesterday, and so she wanted to get the laundry done, but it was more loads than she could do in a day, and so then she felt bad, like she didn't get it done and she had to do more today. And I said, well, when you redefine that, like, instead of like you're not successful until you get all of it done, like, your goal was to make sure everyone had clean underwear, right?
Right.
And so do the good enough, amount of laundry.
And feel good about it. Yeah.
Because like laundry is one of those things, like, it's gonna build up over time. So, there is a feeling like where you can do it all, everything's put away. But if when you're like in triage mode, that's too big of a task to try to accomplish to give yourself that feeling of success.
Right.
Like, make it small enough that you can feel successful and, sort of slow down your brain and take the next step.
Yeah. And it makes me think, like, I've had some clients who've had a lot of laundry, like an overwhelming amount of laundry. And I'll suggest, just this time, send it out, do a wash and fold place, and then start over.
Right.
And the success can be that you made the phone call,
right,
and you committed yourself to letting somebody else do it. That can be a great solution, although situations like that, then they still have to put it away. And if they have more clothes, then they have space to store it. It becomes an issue. But I like that, Shannon. It's like, she said, I just want to do one thing, but it was a huge thing.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like there literally isn't enough time in the day to do 7 loads of laundry because, you have a washing machine and a dryer, like, and they each take a certain amount of time. Like, you can't do it.
Right. So adjust what that one thing is. I want to ensure that everybody has clean underwear. Yeah. You don't have to do all the towels and sheets, perhaps.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and if you went in my laundry room, you'd see there's a backup of sheets because there's always mountains of sheets around here. I don't know why.
Well, I'm going into your laundry room. Don't you doubt it. I'm going to check that out. I don't even know where your laundry room is. Is it in the basement?
It's in the basement.
Oh. There's always, we only have 2 sets of sheets, and I store one in the laundry basket and one in the on the bed.
Well, I'm just realizing the reason why we have all these sheets is that house guests, yeah, and I'll get caught up with them, but
and I'm about to sleep in your guest bed and create more sheets for you for tomorrow. Awesome.
You know what? Having you here is entirely worth it.
Oh, thank you very much.
But it's nice, and the other thing about slowing down is like I feel like we have such a short period of time together. Like I have this sense of like, there's so much I want to talk to you about, and there's so much that, we want to cover while you're here. And it's like, well, just slow down and enjoy it.
Exactly, right? Because we talk once a week over the internet anyway.
Right.
And obviously we communicate in other ways, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't have. So really what I hadn't actually thought about what I wanted to do while in the, how many hours will I be here? 15 or something?
Right.
Is, but sitting down, putting up my feet, maybe having a glass of wine and just catching up is, that sounds amazing.
Yeah.
I think it's the face-to-face and glass of wine part. We could do that on Zoom with real wine, but it's just not quite the same.
It's not the same. And, being able to put our feet up on the same coffee table is nice.
In front of a really nice gas fireplace.
Yeah. Yes. So we would love to hear from you, our listeners. How do you slow down? When do you feel like you need to? You can let us know on Facebook and Instagram at Getting to Good Enough, on Twitter at GTG Enough. You can head over to the show notes at gettingtogoodenough.com and leave a comment there, or you can leave us a message at 413-424-GTGE, which is 4843. Until next time, this is Shannon Wilkinson in Portland, Oregon.
And Janine Adams in Portland, Oregon.
And we hope that good enough is getting easier for you. We should have had glasses of wine to cheers at this point.
If only we ever planned.